Hi, how's it going? Thanks so much for joining me today. So today I'm filming the third video in my series of our middle grade favorites. So this will be classics and mysteries. The first book is Harriet the Spy, and my daughter read this book, I believe in first or second grade, and she really likes it, and it made her top list. So Harriet the Spy. So Harriet M. Welsh, if I'm saying that correctly, is a spy. She's staked out a spy route, and she writes everything about everyone she sees, including her classmates and her best friends, in her notebook. Then Harriet loses track of her notebook, and it ends up in the wrong hands. Before Harriet can stop them, her friends have read the truthful, sometimes awful things she's written about each of them. Will Harriet find a way to put her life and her friendships back together? So it sounds pretty interesting. It has a few little illustrations. So Harriet the Spy has about 300 pages. And then, so The Secret Garden, it is about, so I plan on reading this book this year, or trying it. My daughter finished it a couple years ago, and is still at the top of her list for classics, but I want to read it. So it's about a lonely orphan girl, Mary, finds the key to an abandoned garden, which she determines to restore. As she and her invalid cousin Colin tend the garden with the help of their new friend Dickon, their lives change in mysterious, wonderful ways. The magic of the secret garden transforms the lives of all who enter. So this is actually 222 pages. So The Secret Garden was one of those books I really encouraged my daughter to read because she wasn't drawn to classics or a lot of realistic fiction. She loves fantasy, but she was really glad that she read it. This one, again, she read by herself. This is Roald Dahl. The BFG by Roald Dahl. And she loves so many of his books. This was the only one. Let me see. No, actually, we have another one on the list, but this was one of her favorites that made the list, and she has a bunch of his books. So the BFG, she really liked. It's just whimsical. I actually haven't read this one either, but a lot of illustrations, really fun. And this one has, let's see, about 200 pages. Human beings is not really believing in giants, is they? Human beings is not thinking we exist. So it's about a giant called the BFG. Yeah, so it's made her favorites list. And then here's another one that she read and is a tougher list. I haven't read it. This is The Pinderwicks by Jean Birdsall. Janine or... I don't know. But it's I remember a book award it won. Did it win? So it says it won an award. And this one is 260 pages. When the four Penderwick sisters find themselves staying on a beautiful estate for their summer holidays, they can't wait to explore the wonderful sprawling grounds. And even more wonderful is Geoffrey, the perfect companion for their summer adventures. But Geoffrey's mother is less than thrilled with the Penderwick sisters and warns the new friends to stay out of trouble, which of course they will, won't they? So it's about four sisters, and she really loved it. She read all of these. It's a series. Yeah, I think this is the only one so far that's a series. I think. Okay, so this one's really, really torn up. Like, it's a vintage copy. So now I'm getting to the last four classics, and I'm going to go into mysteries. So the last four classics are ones that we read together and as read alouds. And this is Charlotte and the Chocolate Factory. It looks like it was like eaten up by like mice. I got it at a thrift store, and it just kept tearing, and I just didn't want to throw it away. I don't know. And like, I know for me, I watched the movie before I read the book. Same thing for my daughter. And then you read the book and then you watch the movie again, and it's really fun. But yeah, I love the book just as much as the movie. I thought the movie was very, very, very close to the book, unlike some movies. And so yeah, it's just a classic story. I really love this story about Charlie. Charlie's such a good kid, and then like he actually gets rewarded for being a good kid, and his grandfather, and kind. And so that's what I like about this story. It's like just it's kind of like teaching you a lesson about like kids who just don't, I guess, listen to Mr. Wonka. I don't know, like it's kind of, but it's really sweet. So Okay, and then Pippi Longstocking by Astrid Lindgren. And then this is the illustrated version by Lauren Child. So Pippi Longstocking, I dressed up for Pippi Longstocking one year when I was a kid for Halloween. I used to watch Pippi Longstocking, and I actually never read the book when I was a kid, so I was really happy when my daughter was like, maybe in second grade or first, we read this together as a read aloud, or I read it to her. I don't really remember, and yeah, so this one's very whimsical. Lauren Child does a lot of picture books, and Lauren Child was one of my daughter's favorite picture book illustrators. Author illustrators when she was like, big on picture books. So Pippi Longstocking she lives by herself and owns a monkey and a horse has a monkey and a horse for companions. She always does exactly what she pleases. That's true. Pippi is something else. She's such a fun character. This version of Pippi Longstocking has about 200 pages. Okay, and so Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. And so this one we read together as a read aloud, but it's been on my list for a while now to read by myself. I would like to start at the beginning and then go through the whole series, or at least try to. And I have that goal for my daughter as well. We'd like to read more of these. So yeah, so this is the first one, and we really enjoyed this together. Anne of Green Gables has 426 pages, approximately. Yeah, so this one's also a classic that if you're not familiar with, it's about Anne, who's an orphan, and it's about just her life of finding a family, and her imagination's so vivid, and she's like really good with words, and she's like really has a huge imagination. And so also the Netflix series is really good. We watched it from start to end. I know they have, I think it's called Anne with an E, which is, kind of like loosely based on it. I mean, kind of, it's, but it's, I still really enjoyed it. I thought the production, like Marilla and like the house is so just, I love the way they did everything. Like everything's so well done. Like the costume design, it looks really believable that it was set in that time period. I really, really enjoyed it. Okay, and so the last classic is probably the classic of all classics for us, for children's literature. My very favorite, I have to say, I believe, and my daughter, one of her favorites, is Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. So we've read quite a few of his books, well, all the ones he has, The Trumpet of the Swan, Charlotte's Web. I know I'm missing one or more, but we have a few of his books. And this one's our favorite. And we read this together as a read aloud. I thought it made a really, really great read aloud. And yeah, so this is another classic that I'm sure everyone's familiar with, but if you're not, it's pretty much a tale of this pig and a spider and this little girl. And the movie's really good too. I really love the movie. And it's just, yeah. Charlotte's Web has 184 pages. Okay, so now mysteries. Now, all but one. Let me start with the one I read first. I can tell you guys about it. The rest I'm just going to quickly go through. So the mysteries, I made a whole video about this series. So if you're really interested in this series, please feel free to check out that video, because I read the entire series first of The Incorrigible Children of Ashton Place, The Mysterious Howling. This is book 1 by Mary Rose Wood. So Mysterious Howling is 263 pages. And it's a really cool, quirky series. And like I said, I loved it so much that I made a whole video on it. The first 3 books are illustrated by John Klassen. And he is a really cool illustrator. Let me see. Yeah, John Klassen. And then the last 3 books, there's 6 books in the series, are illustrated by someone different, but they're very close. The illustrations are really cool. And so basically it's about a governess and these 3 kids that she takes care of, and pretty much their day-to-day life, and then the quirky things that they get into. And the stuff she teaches them is very interesting, especially like if you're interested in education, if you're watching this as a homeschool parent too, because she's a governess, so she like cites all these resources and things like that. So it's a really interesting series, I think, for anyone who likes fun, quirky series, and then even more so if you're like educating because she's a governess. So I really think it's cool. And I'm going to link that video. So the rest of these are ones my daughter picked as her favorite mysteries. So this one is Case Closed by Lauren Magaziner, Mystery in the Mansion. This is a pick your path, kind of like choose your own adventure. And yeah, so she really liked it because, you know, it's the choose your own adventure stuff, and then it's a mystery. And the protagonist is named Carlos, and he's trying to solve a mystery. So yeah, she really liked it. And they have more in this series. This is book 1. So this one also is a series. Now we're getting into like a lot of series. Oh yeah, sorry. So this one has 300. Well, since it's Choose Your Path, I guess it would vary on how many pages, right? So, but the full book itself is almost 400 pages, 380 pages. And then here's Wolf by Spencer Quinn, a Bowser and Birdie novel. This is also a series, and my daughter's read quite a few in this series, if not all of them. And she read all of them. And so this is almost 300 pages, 280 pages. She really likes this. It's, so this one's like trouble is brewing in the Louisiana swamp. Bowser can smell it. Bowser's a very handsome and only slightly slobbery dog. He can smell lots of things. Birdie Go, the girl Bowser lives with, also knows something is wrong. It's not just that her Grammy's stuffed prize Marlin has been stolen. It's the weird rumor that the Marlin is linked to missing treasure. It's the truck that seems to be following Birdie. So my daughter said that Bowser is the protagonist, and she really enjoyed it. And this is Theodosia and the Serpents of Chaos. And this is book 1, and my daughter read all of these books in the series by R.L. Lefevers. And these are really hard to find. I had to buy pretty much all of these, I think, used on, I think, via Amazon. I'll link all of the books also. And so, yeah, she really liked this book. It was really engaging for her. And she's been an R.L. Lefevers fan ever since reading this book. This started her. For poor Theodosia, however, surprises abound. She spends most of her time at the Museum of Legends and Antiquities in London. There, all the artifacts her parents dig up around the world are put on display and studied. But what her parents can't see is the curses and black magic still attached to the ancient pieces. So it's really interesting that her parents have this, like, you know, museum, and it's like kind of archaeology-ish and stuff like that. Theodosia and Serpents of the Chaos have about 337-ish pages. And Book Scavenger has about 330-something pages. And so here's Book Scavenger. So my daughter really liked this series too, which she finished, by Jennifer Chambliss Burtman. And this is book 1, I believe. And so 12-year-old Emily is on the move again. Her family is relocating to San Francisco, home of her literary idol, creator of Book Scavenger, a game where books are hidden and clues to find them are revealed through puzzles. So yeah, this book is very engaging. It has like puzzles kind of things that you get interested in. And she really liked it. So the next book is Greystone Secrets, The Strangers by Margaret Peterson Haddix. Again, a series. And my daughter really loved this series. And sorry if I'm getting off track with the book pages again. I keep forgetting. It was something I kind of started new in my videos. I'm not sure if it's helpful to you guys. I hope it is. This is 403 pages. And the Greystone kids thought they knew. Chess has always been the protector of his younger siblings. Emma loves math. Finn does what Finn does best, acting silly and being adored. They've been a happy family, just the 3 of them and their mom. That changes when reports of 3 kidnapped children reach the Greystone kids, and they're shocked by the startling similarities between themselves and these complete strangers. Sounds really interesting. And the last 2 are by the same author. These are both by Stuart Gibbs. She loves almost every Stuart Gibbs book that she reads, but these 2, in the beginning of each series, the Spy series and the Animal series, made her top list. And this is the Fun Jungle series. And this one is 286 pages. And yeah, so this one's a series, and it has other ones, and it's about living at Fun Jungle, America's newest theme park, was supposed to be nothing but, well, fun. But now Henry the Hippo, the park's mascot, has turned up dead, and Teddy suspects foul play. So yeah, this one's like an animal mystery. And this one's Spy School. And this one is, I'm guessing, around, a lot of these are around 280 pages. Yeah, same thing, like 280 pages. And this one, the protagonist, his name is Ben Ripley. He's 12 years old. And his mission is to survive the science school that is really a front for training junior CIA operatives and trying to get the girl. So yeah, so that's all of the books that I have to show you guys in this video. Thanks so much, especially if you made it to this far in the video. I really appreciate everyone who watches and subscribes, likes my videos. Have a good day or night. Thanks so much. Bye.